All right. What's up, y'all?
What's up?
How's your mama?
She's good.
She's good. Always good. All right. Welcome to Dixie Sports Plus. I'm your host, Jamie Curley. We are here with our fourth episode live on September 11th. This is host Alan Kinnemer, Therese Hannon behind the scenes, my wife Janet behind the scenes, also working her crossword puzzle, working hard. And Sudoku. That's right. She is a specialist at that. So anyway, again, welcome to episode 4 of Dixie Sports Plus. And first off, I want to say, I need to remind people, because I've got a few emails and a few comments. We are not professionals.
I don't care if somebody likes it or not.
I mean, it's like we're just two normal guys that like to talk sports. That's the whole point of this show, is that we're just normal people. We are not Pat McAfee and all these guys with hours of research and data analysis and all this. We're just two guys that like to talk sports and have fun. So just remember that that's what this show is about, just having fun and a good time. And with that, a very interesting day. The past 24 hours have been a very difficult time for a lot of people in America, including myself and several others. And again, being on such a strange day today, anyway, September 11th, we're going to talk about this in the 8th inning. We're going to do kind of our local flavor. We're going to talk a little bit about September 11th, 2001, and get into that. But before we start the show, I want to take a quick second and have a moment of silence for the victims in 911, as well as yesterday, if you're not familiar with somebody that I really like to watch and listen to, Charlie Kirk, was assassinated. Unbelievable, unnecessary violence. And so what we're going to do is just take a moment and have a moment of silence for all of them. All right. Now, with that, again, as we know, is what happened on 9/11, what happened yesterday. Life's got to go on. And what you can't do is let the bad guys win and ruin who you are and what you're trying to be and the person you're trying to become. And same thing for Dixie Sports. We are not political here at all. We will not talk about good, bads of Democrats, Republicans, any of that right there. We want to unite everyone of any type of political affiliation with sports. With laughter and with having a good time. So again, that's what this is about today, is just kind of in remembrance of a lot of things. But we're going to move on. We've got a great show ahead of you for you today. And again, just thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us again. Episode 4, we're getting better each week. Teresa's rolling. She's got this stuff down now. And we're going really well. So again, all right, we're going to start off. And again, how do we start every ball game? This is a 9-inning show, so it's similar to a baseball game. How do we start it? We always say
play ball.
Play ball. So we're going to get started with the first inning here. And what we're going to talk about is last Saturday. Not the greatest of college football Saturdays. It was not a lot of great ball games. Again, this is a Southerner's guide to all things sports. So it's Southerner. So we're going to talk about football about 11 months out of the year here. And the rest of the time will probably be March Madness.
That's right.
So that's about how football goes here in the South. So again, last Saturday, a couple of good ball games. Of course, every time Alabama's Auburn play, we're going to talk about that. I'm a Bama fan. He's
War Eagle, baby.
He's on the wrong side, but that's okay. We still love him. So anyway, again, from last week, and I heard a great quote from, I kind of watch a few sports shows during the week. And again, the whole thing of this is to do a quick moving show where we're not going to talk about something for 2 hours. We're going to talk about it very quickly. So I was listening to somebody talking about Alabama playing Louisiana Monroe College. And it was ugly, 70 million to nothing. And that's great. I would rather them win that way than 23-20, and score in the ball game to beat somebody, that's not in your caliber range. So, and again, tomorrow we'll talk a little bit on third inning. We'll talk about the games coming up this weekend with Wisconsin. But I heard somebody say something great. They said, I don't care how Alabama plays against Louisiana Monroe, how they play against Wisconsin tomorrow. Saturday. What are they going to do when they go to Athens? What's that Alabama team going to be like when they go to Athens in 2 weeks and they get punched right in the mouth? And those Georgia guys are going to be bananas. It's going to be a nighttime game in Athens. They have not beat Alabama but once in 10 tries. That's what we're going to see with Alabama. We'll talk about down the road. But a good game for Alabama last week. Good enough. 70. Score 70 points on anybody is good.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
That's pretty good. And ULM is not an awful team. They're who they are. they're not standard for greatness, but it was a good win for Alabama, but doesn't mean much.
Well, and I think we saw a little bit of discipline, which I think you and I have talked about on the show before, that there's a lack of discipline. Well, they showed some discipline last Saturday, but the question, and what a lot of people are asking, can they continue to play with that discipline and energy?
I don't know. I think they can Saturday.
Okay.
That's why I don't think it matters so much what happens Saturday. I think even with Wisconsin, they are not a very good team. I really have to look into some of their stats. We'll talk about more in the third inning, but they're not a very good team. Alabama should be able to do that. We said this, 2 weeks ago against Florida State as well, when we were, thinking, they just got to show up, get off the bus, and they'll beat Florida State by 20. So hopefully that mindset is gone. But again, a good win for Alabama. Auburn played good, not great. They piddled around a little bit, made a couple of mistakes early, but I think it's still learned. They won, had a big game against Ball State, but I'll put Ball State in there with ULM. You better beat them that way and not have a close game. But Auburn, good game, not a great game. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, Arnold threw for 251 yards and 3 touchdowns, showing poise and efficiency. And I think anytime you see that in a quarterback, you've got to question, can he carry that on? But I'll tell you, first week, we were saying the same thing. He was making good decisions. He was running, going through the plays like he needed to. And so, even though the game was dominant, there were moments, I will say this, there were moments where Auburn had a little mental lapse and missed tackles. So I think it was I feel like it was an opportunity for Auburn to get that maybe hopefully out of their system and come out strong. But we're playing South Alabama. And you South Alabama fans, no disrespect, but it is a cupcake game.
It is. It is, and that's why they're on the schedule. Same thing. Alabama, Wisconsin is maybe a little bit bigger just because Wisconsin has had some prime.
That's right.
They're not very good. They weren't good last year when Alabama went up there and handled them pretty well. So, again, we'll get in 30 and we'll talk about next week's games. But, again, good enough this past Saturday for Alabama. And Auburn, again, that's what it's about, is winning the games, especially, the first home games for both of them, and Alabama playing it in the evening and having a good game. And it was a late game. I know several friends that got in at like 2 o'clock. They said traffic was ridiculous. That's crazy when you win by 70 because a lot of folks are gone third inning.
2 a.m.?
Yes.
No.
Yes. No,
I'm watching the back of my eyelids.
It's tough to drive in that far. So, anyway, good enough for Alabama to play that game right there. And to get into that, I think it's pretty much what we got. Top teams, the other top teams did well enough. Ohio State, Penn State. Penn State clowned around a little bit, but they figured it out 34-0. Georgia piddled around with Austin Peay, which I've heard that Austin Peay is going to be a very good next tier team. I heard that they have a lot of good seniors coming back. They're a decent team, but still, I think it was 28-3 with Georgia.
I think so.
It wasn't a blowout.
Did you jump to inning 2?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think I did.
Yeah.
No, this was from past week.
I know all you others.
Oh, yeah, that is. I'm eating up time right now. Okay, listen, this is at the end of the top of the first inning. We normally go to the bottom of the first inning, which is the Legacy Electric. Let me read that out for you quick here. Legacy Electric. Dixie Sports Plus prides itself on being a different kind of show. So does Legacy Electrical. Call them at 205-615-2722 or go to mylegacyelectrical.com for pricing and a 5-star Google customer satisfaction review. Legacy is your specialist. Michael Gagliano and Chance Adams lead a team that can do it all, from lighting, TV fans, charging stations, security cameras, remodels, generators, you name it. They can do it. If you need electrical done right and affordable, call Legacy Electrical, 205-615-2722 or mylegacyelectrical.com. They can do everything. They do things in my house. And again, all these sponsors are people that Alan and I work with and have them come to our house, whatever it may be. So we're looking for, folks in advertisement that we're not just going to say go there because we like them or we're getting their money. Right. It's because I trust Michael Gagliano and Legacy Electrical. He does stuff at my dad's house as well. So these guys do a super job. They've sponsored the first inning, and normally they would sponsor the Stephen Curley NFL report. But Stephen, if you're listening, sorry, buddy. These videos have to be in at a certain time, and they got them done. So as soon as the show is over, I'm going to post this video on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I'm going to repost it as a separate short, and you'll get the NFL review. Stephen had some really good ideas, some great games, had some big NFL games this past week. Again, that Philadelphia game Thursday night was fantastic. The Buffalo Bills game was fantastic. Josh Allen brings them back at the end. Didn't look good for a while, but brought it back at the end. And Stephen picked that, I think 2 weeks ago. He said, watch out for the opening game with the Bills, that's going to be a great ball game with Baltimore. And it was a fantastic ball game. So anyway, sorry, we're not going to be able to get your first inning legacy electrical NFL report. We're going to post it after the show, and we may have a couple of good videos I don't think we're going to be able to get, and we'll see how that rolls. So again, we got to get these videos in. It's a lot to pull. What we're doing is amazing. I've talked to people who work at churches and stuff. Like, you're going to go live. You're going to bring in videos that other people send in through their camera, through their webcam, through their laptop. It's got to get formatted. It's got to get put in. So we're doing top of the line stuff here on DC Sports Plus DSP, only the best, but it does take a while. So we will bring the NFL report to you after the show. All right. So we're going to move on to the second inning. Normally we have our board. Guess who left the board at the house?
I was going to point like this, but then there's 4 more points.
Yeah, well, it was me. I left the board. We have a board usually over here, and Alan strikes our innings. This is a 9-inning show. Again, we could come up with 2 common knuckleheads talking sports.
That's it. That's good. I like that.
How's your mama and 2 common knuckleheads talking sports? That sounds like a good motto for us right there. But that's all. So anyway, we're going to move on into the second inning, which gets us to AYOs. That stands for what?
All you others.
All you others. Yes, that was what we do in certain football practices. We would say offense over here and AYOs over there. So this is all the other games from last Saturday. And again, it was a week. W-E-A-K. You get that?
I did.
A week.
I thought you were having issues over there.
No, I'm not. That was good. A week. It was not a lot of big games. Had 1 or 2 good games. One really big upset we'll talk about here. And again, let's see, Saturday was probably the biggest one that was almost an upset, was Troy versus Clemson. Did you watch any of that?
Yes.
Troy came out and kicked Clemson right in the mouth for 2 innings. Yes, and had Clemson not scored right there at the end of the second inning, it would have been 16-0 at halftime. And that was absolutely crazy right there. Troy came out, and I think it just shocked Clemson. Clemson was not ready. This is at Clemson. They're going bananas. It's crazy. And just to see Dabo's frustration, because he's usually calm and cool. Yeah. But he started losing it after a little bit. And, of course, then they settled down and they won, but they didn't win big. I think it was 26, 23, or 20. I don't know the exact score.
That's right. Yeah.
But that would have been a big shocker. Our son went to Troy his first year to high jump. He's at Sanford now, but he went to Troy. So we've got a nice little connection to Troy. Fantastic stadium down there. I don't know if you've ever been to a game in Troy.
No.
They roll up the sidewalks, and everybody in that county shows up at a Saturday ball game. And the tickets are affordable. They make it so that they can get people in the stands. The stands probably hold 50,000. It's not a huge stadium, but it's big enough
for that school.
And I think we went to 1 or 2 games there, and I mean, it was mostly packed. I think we watched them play Army and somebody else. Yes, and they have fried Oreos at Troy. Man. Fantastic. So we've got a nice little link to Troy, and again, a great football program there. And they really surprised Clemson. That was a fantastic, almost upset, but kudos to Troy for doing that. And again, some other big games. Ole Miss. I got to talk about Ole Miss. I said they were awesome.
That's because you want to run DeBoer.
That's because I want Lane Kiffin in Tuscaloosa
Freshwater
and Crimson and White rather than Baby Blue. Baby Blue is good for nothing. Baby Blue is not a good color.
Hey, I used to have a baby blue sweater.
Did you?
And this was before. Yeah, this was in my single days. This was in my
your pre-single days.
Single days. Man, hey, with my blue eyes, the lady said, "That's a nice sweater."
It's a nice sweater.
She's down there at Belmont. That's a nice sweater. Hey, boy.
They're smoking Marlboro Reds. Yes. Anyway, I want Lane out of Baby Blue. I want him in Crimson. I want him down there. But he did not look good against Kentucky. If Kentucky had not made a couple of mistakes, a really bad non-pass interference call that cost Kentucky a possession, and they could have won that ball game. So Ole Miss did not look very good. They did not look like a top 5 team. I said they were, and I don't mean top 5 in the SEC. I mean top 5. And maybe Joey Freshwater, I love that. Maybe he'll get it together, but Ole Miss looked very meh. They won, but again, it's versus Kentucky, who we picked at the bottom of the barrel. So maybe they'll pick it back up and get where I need them to be. We'll see. I don't know. But anyway, I also had Joe Oklahoma versus Michigan. or Smokelahoma. They're in the SEC now. I have to give them a little bit more respect.
Just a little bit.
So they played Michigan, and that was a good ball game.
Yeah.
And they handed it to them. Oklahoma surprises me again. I thought they were not a very good team. I had them at the bottom of our second tier.
Yeah.
And they looked good against Michigan. Not great. And Michigan's not great either. I can't pull for Michigan either. I cannot pull for either one of those two. I will, again, there's very few teams, and if they play Auburn, I will pull for Auburn. That's two of them.
When they play each other, Michigan and Ohio State?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's not even a big game.
I always hope it ends in a 0. Like
0-0.
Nobody scores and they don't go home.
My old football coach, Larry Ferris, would talk about the comparison of the Ohio State-Michigan game. We talked about this morning at workouts with a guy who's a big Ohio State fan. And they said, does Ohio State-Michigan, is that a big rivalry? And my old football coach used to say, it's like two mules fighting over a turnip.
Was it a turnip?
I don't know. With Larry Ferris, I don't know. I'm sure there were some expletives in there when he said it. But, yes, Michigan and Oklahoma, big ball game. What else you got? I know we got a couple of other
obviously, we're going to talk about it, I know, but that South Florida game.
Oh, yeah.
Now my ex-brother-in-law.
Hey, Florida.
Yeah, no kidding.
You joked.
My ex-brother-in-law is a huge Bulls fan.
Really?
South Florida. Oh, man. Now, he lives in it.
Okay. And where they got like 12 fans?
Hey, we went to the Auburn game one year when Auburn played USF here at Auburn. And wow.
Really?
Like their fan base. He drove up.
South Florida? South Florida is in Tampa.
Hey,
that's not even South Florida. That's like saying South Florida in Montgomery.
Yeah.
Or South Alabama.
South Alabama and Montgomery.
Whatever.
Yeah, they've got a loyal fan base. And
really?
So I'll give them a shout out. Paul Cooley, if you're watching, there's your shout out.
There you go, Paul. There you go. And they did. They played well. And the 3 times they played Alabama the past 3 years, they gave Alabama a run for their money. They did very well against Alabama. So maybe they're a really good team. They've got a huge 2 big wins. Upset Florida. Again, came down and scored right there at the end and beat Florida. And I knew it because Florida had like 3 15-yard penalties in that last drive to keep South Florida alive and keep them. One of them was on a 3rd and long and gave them a first down. So again, Florida.
Spit on somebody?
Yeah, somebody spit. There's some spitting. A lot of spitting going on.
What is the deal with that?
My mom always said there's 2 people that drive her crazy. That's a thief, somebody who spits on you. I mean, she put a spitter in that category. So, yeah, there is something about talk about that in a second. We got our bottom 5 coming up later, and we're going to talk about some bad NFL athletes here recently.
Well, what did you think about Mississippi State's done in Arizona
Hail State. It's hard. Listen, when I was a kid, I think I was 6. I went to an Alabama-Mississippi State game. It's like 1976. Alabama beat Mississippi State. I think it was like 64-3.
Wow. And
they kicked a field goal at the end of the game to score. And I remember feeling so sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm, obnoxious Alabama fan. I will pound you in the ground and step on you and drive you into the mud. I felt sorry for Mississippi State, so something set into me then about I have always loved Mississippi State. And if you've ever been to a game in Starkville, it's a fantastic environment. One of the smallest stadiums in the SEC. It may be the smallest. It may be smaller than Vanderbilt. I don't know. It's not huge, but it is a super exciting place. I went there in '92 when Alabama was undefeated, and we went to Starkville. And they were a very good team that year, and that was an electric, exciting ball game. It was a great place. So I'm a big Starkville fan, so the fact that they beat Arizona State, they rushed the field, they tore the goalpost down after beating Arizona State.
Yeah.
And when was the last time they've been 2-0?
It's been a while.
It's probably been a while since they were 2-0. So Hail State, I hope you go undefeated as long as you don't play Alabama. I hope you win every game. So Mississippi State, great win over Arizona State. And then Vandy. Vandy's a real team.
They are, but
they're not a great team.
I just feel like if anybody starts putting hope in them, it will just,
it's like a Cubs fan. Don't your hope too early.
It leads me right into something I took some notes on. It said, there's some concern in some parts of the SEC that strong expectations aren't yet matched. Mm. And I mean, we've seen that already. We've seen that this year already. Yeah,
I can see that. So, and again, it's all got to play out. But the fact that Mississippi State is all where they are, they're playing well. And that coach he kind of came in at the hit for Mike Leach, and he's just not terribly experienced, but apparently doing well enough.
Yep. And then we got to talk about Arch Manning because he definitely had a better outing.
He did.
He definitely had a better game than the first game.
That's the quarterback that we're supposed to see. Now, again, if he'd had that against Ohio State, they light up the scoreboard, and that's not going to happen because Ohio State is. I can't remember they've got a defensive linebacker. I can't remember his name. Oh my gosh, he is a specimen of an athlete. So Ohio State again, they've paid the most money for their athletes, and you're gonna. Eventually, I think we need to have a whole show on NIL. Because it is, and I want some call-in. We're going to do a show with some call-ins to talk about NIL because Ohio State is going to get to a point to where they're going to offer $10 million for the best 22 players in America.
Yeah,
and there's going to be no regulation on that. And if they can come up with $220 million, which maybe they can, they're just going to go drop $10 million for the best quarterback, the best running back, the best receiver, and see how they do in 2 years.
Man, it's complete. There's people. I've got some friends of mine that ask, why don't you watch NFL as much as you do college? And I say it because I used to say it because NFL is paid, and there's even though we know college has been being paid for years and just under the radar. But there was some excitement there. That excitement is just I don't feel like it's there what it once was as college football. It's moving more towards high school football. I
maybe so.
High school.
And that's the way it used to be with college. Georgia now has NIL for high school players. They have some better regulation on it. There's a maximum amount of money I believe the kids can make, but it's coming. It's just going to be one of those things that
it's all about the money.
Show me the money, and who really pays for everything?
We do.
Ticket prices going up, concession prices going up, parking prices, everything's going up in price, and we end up paying for that. So, again, some big games: South Florida, Vandy, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Troy, Clemson. Some good games this past week. And again, let's see. We normally now go to our second inning, which is brought to us by Designs for Hope. Designs for Hope. We design solutions, empower communities, ignite hope for lasting change through clean water and the gospel. Join us for making a difference at designsforhope.org. Again, my buddy Chris Bond, getting trips to Africa, Central America, South America, India, several other places to go and take clean water, electrical needs for folks. So if you want to be involved with that or help financially, go to designsforhope.org. Okay, we're having a little bit of audio issue. We hooked up a second camera today. We're trying to get crazy here with two cameras, a little bit of side view, and it's messed up some audio. So I believe if you're on YouTube, we've got some audio issues. We got it taken care of. So bear with us again. We're trying to expand. Teresa's doing a great job. Her husband Jeff's doing a fantastic job hooking us up a second camera and trying to get that so we can get that. Now, once we get enough crowd here, we want to have a crowd cam.
Yeah,
we have one crowd here.
That's right.
But that's okay. It's good. So come on down again. If you're here in the Trussville area, you want to stop by and get you something cold to drink. They got some great stuff. Eric and these guys down here still. Is it Steel Hall Brewery or Steel Hall Brewing? Brewery. You sure?
Absolutely.
Okay, because I have been linking on some of my connections to Steel Hall Brewing, which may be in Alaska. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's Steel Hall
Brewery. Anyways, right on Highway 11 here at the TED, Trussville Entertainment District. Come on down here and get you something cold to drink. Join us part of the show. We do have our trivia question here.
That's right.
Which again, I'll go over that very quickly. Which SEC quarterback, and I found out there's two answers to this. Which SEC quarterback has the most interceptions in a season in the SEC? It's got to be an SEC team. That's your trivia question. Come on down if you think you know the answer. You want to look it up? That's okay. Come down, put your name on the piece of paper, the answer, put it in our bucket. We have a $50 gift card for Maple Avenue Coffee House to give away, as well as a towel from Steel Hall. We got some good stuff to give away, but you've got to be here to get it. So if you can answer the question, come on down and get here, Steel Hall, answer the question as best you can. And then I guess that's it. For second inning, do we have the NBA report? We do not. So again, sorry about that. It's normally the Designs for Hope second inning. Jaggard Moore NBA report. Again, I will post this after when he had a really good report he got in. It just takes too long. Sometimes it takes up 20 to 30 minutes to get these downloaded. Just didn't have time to get it in today. So Jaggard Moore on sports NBA report will be posted after the show. I'll post it on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I'll get them all posted separately so they will not be part of the show, but we'll move on. All right. So again, here we are in the third inning. Whew, flying by already.
That's right.
Getting ready. We got to call in a little bit, just a few minutes. Rob Pate, Auburn Stand-Up. Remember Rob playing?
I do. I grew up with him at Center Point Ballpark. And then Irwin. He went to Irwin. Yeah, I know, but I think he went to Center Point Elementary, and then when we were going into when we were going into leaving the elementary school, we were, what is that, middle school football or whatever it was.
Yep.
I remember, hey, Rob's going to be here. I played with him at center point, and I remember, man, I'm going to be counting 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you get in front of me. I didn't want part of that. I didn't want none of that smoke.
So anyway, he'll be on the show in a little bit. Yeah, I was fortunate enough to. His mother was kind of church assistant for my father at Center Crest Baptist Church. So Rob and Philip with him, brother David, they lived right up the street from our church. So Rob's going to be on the show just a little bit. We'll call him, get him. He's down in Auburn as a doctor. Dr. Rob, as he's found on Jocks 94.5. He used to be on their show once a week. I don't know if he's still doing that or not. We'll ask him what he's going on. So he'll be calling in a second. So we're going to move on into the third inning, and we're going to talk about this upcoming week's game to see what's happened. We'll get to Alabama. We'll do our forecast. We'll do our Bama Barner predictions at the end. But again, Alabama having Wisconsin. The Cheeseheads are coming down. They're not terribly excited. The ticket sales for Wisconsin fans were dismally low.
Yeah.
I think they were given 5,000. They didn't even sell all that. God. So not a lot of Cheesehead. We will be down here. The ones that will be down here will be passionate. They're going to love their team. And Wisconsin has a great history. They've been to the Rose Bowl quite a few times. So, they're trying to get back to what they used to be. So maybe this is a return year for them. After last week, they did not look very good. So, again, Alabama, don't think you just have to walk out of the locker room and win this ball game. You got to play the game. We saw that 2 weeks ago. So they've got that. Auburn has University of South Alabama coming into. Why is it called? What is it? The Plains, the greatest plains. What is it? The loveliest village on the plains.
Yeah.
What? There's no planes down there.
Because Crack Alley was taken for Tuscaloosa. The
loveliest village on Crack Alley.
Crack Alley was taken.
They have.
Road Tide.
It's not Crack Alley anymore. It's probably heroin. Who knows? But anyway, so why loveliest plains? Where did that come from? It's like War Eagle and a tiger.
Well, where did an elephant
we used to be the Alabama Elephants. That was the original mascot, was the Elephants. But in a 1921 ball game, somebody said that it was tackled with so many Crimson players, it looked like a crimson tide of tacklers.
I
in the name stuff. Yes, like 11 guys tackled this running back from Southern Mississippi, I believe. Yeah. And the announcer said that was a crimson tide of tacklers, and then that kind of stuck as Crimson Tide, and they did away with the Elephants. So at least you have a reason. You have like a bird and a tiger.
You ever caught an eagle?
I have.
You caught an eagle?
Yeah, I got one at the house. It's our pet, Tom.
So you got an eagle, a pig, and what else?
We do have a pig. I do not have an eagle. We do have a pig. My wife loves a pig. I have to be careful not being too negative about our pig.
How important is
we're way out of line here. You know what? This is our show. We can do it.
So how important is this pig?
I love my wife. I love my wife very much.
Wait, no. Hold on. You know what I'm asking.
I know exactly what you're saying. That's why with her right here, I love my wife very much. I will do anything for her.
Do you have a fenced-in yard?
Yes, we do. And she found out how to get out of it the other day.
Ooh.
She broke I have a wooden fence, platforms all the way across. And, oh, Lord, okay. Any other questions about the pig?
Yes. Where does the pig live?
The pig lives outside during the day. And you could set your clock at 4:30 every afternoon.
Coming in the door.
She's coming in the door. And she's hungry. She's hungry all the time. She's starving at 4:30 p.m. every day.
I came to look at your house one time.
Yes.
And shameless plug, I said, full time. So
not shameless.
Yeah. So I bust in and we're talking about the house, and there's that pig, and I was like, whoa.
Oh yeah.
Now it's very clean. Like it wasn't like walked out of the mud, dragging mud through the house.
No.
But that thing is massive.
And she's not that big. She had a potbelly pig in college that was 300 pounds. Lennox is only like 125 or 150. I don't know. Give or take 50 pounds. 150, 125. Anyway, why are we talking about
the
Arkansas Razorbacks right here? Anyway, back to this. Jeff Gateman says Auburn, Alabama is nicknamed the loveliest village on the plains because the name comes from the first line of Oliver Goldsmith's poem, "The Deserted Village," which reads, "Sweet Auburn, loveliest village of the plain."
There you go.
Plain.
That's right.
Okay, growing up, I thought it meant airplanes. I never could figure that one out.
Road tag.
The loveliest village on the plains. How do you put? Anyway, it still didn't make any sense. I'm thinking plains like High Plains Drifter, Clint Eastwood, out in the Altiplano Plains. Auburn got into that.
Alabama thing too, so.
Look, the best thing come out of Auburn's Highway 280.
What about Cam Newton?
Scam. Look, he was at Auburn for what, 4 months?
They got a deal on him.
They did. That was a good deal. That was the best money Auburn has ever spent on that right there. Anyway, we're way off.
You know what?
What?
Maybe we asked Rob Pate about the NIL before the NIL was a thing.
That's true. We could.
We could
got
just-
Rob Pate on in just a little bit here. So anyway, let's move on. We got to get to this. We're
Sorry.
talking about pigs and Clint Eastwood. How do you have that in the same conversation? Anyway, all right. So we're at the third inning here. Third inning brought to you by Serving You Ministries. For over a decade, Serving You has demonstrated compassion and care in providing relief assistance for the families who are in need. With 2 greater Birmingham locations, Serving You partners with churches and civic organizations around the city to bring hope to those who need a hand in moving from crisis to thriving. Visit more with servingyou.org. Again, John Gibby over there doing a great job, again, helping people, doing a wonderful job. If you want to help them financially, if you want to help them with all kinds of other needs, again, servingyou.org. So we're in the third inning. We got some other big games. Alabama and Auburn we'll talk about later. We got Clemson, Georgia Tech. A lot of people picking the Rambling Wreck.
I did.
Upset Clemson, did you?
Yeah.
My son did.
I got him. And now I picked it because I like Brent Key.
Brent Key, we just lost audio. I think we did. Something. See if we can still got. I can't hear myself in there.
I got it.
You still got sound?
Yeah, we still got
Okay. I lost sound. Now we're back. Something happened. All right. Maybe it did. Maybe it was just me. I'm getting old. My hearing's going bad.
Brent Key's a local guy.
Yeah, Brent Key from Trussville. Graduated from Hewitt-Trussville High School. Head coach at Georgia Tech. Need to get him on the show.
Yeah.
Got a big surprise coming up 2 weeks. I posted it.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about that. We got a big guest 2 weeks from now coming up. But again, anyway, we got Clemson, Georgia Tech. A lot of people thinking Georgia Tech. We got UGA, Tennessee at UGA, I think. Is it at Tennessee or is it at Athens? At Tennessee. It's a tough place, man. Have you ever been to Neyland Stadium?
I've driven by there.
I have been to 2 ball games there. With Alabama fans. We've won one and lost one, and the fans were worse when we lost. When Bama lost, the Tennessee fans there are rowdy. They're fired up. Josh Heupel might be, to me, probably the best coach in the SEC. I think he's a fantastic coach. We'll see how they do with the Dogs come up there. That's always a great game anyway. I love it because it's early in the season and you get a great rivalry. So Georgia up in Knoxville, that place is going to be rocking and rolling because if Tennessee can win that one, they could go the distance.
They win that game. That's a statement.
It is.
I'm going to say that's a statement win.
Because they got Georgia at home. They got to go to Tuscaloosa. I think they have Florida at home, which is always a big rivalry. So again, we'll see how that goes. And they don't, you never know with Vanderbilt. They'll give them a little bit better game down the road. So anyway, and again, we got South Florida, Miami. Who you got in that? Is the upset going to happen? Is South Florida going to go 3-0?
No. I think it stopped.
I think it ends?
Yeah, I think
so
Miami
too.
beats.
Carson Beck looked really good last week. His decision-making was sharp. They've got an offense that he can run about as well as he did at Georgia. People forget the guy can win football games. He's a national champion with Georgia and then left and has done a super job down there at Miami for a couple of games. So we'll see how they do with that. I would love for South Florida to win. I've never liked Miami going back from the 80s, but I just don't think they can do it. I think the Bulls I think they play them a great game.
It's going to be a good game. I don't think it'll be really lopsided, but I think I feel pretty confident Miami.
I think so too. I think Miami's favored by 8. I think a lot of people are still going with that. Again, you never know what's going to happen with them. All right, so then we got Florida LSU. What a great game there. We'll see. Florida's going to be down, and we're going to find out how bad Florida is.
I hope LSU just waxes.
Really?
I'm not yes.
Hard to tell. I don't know. It's hard for me to pull for Brian Kelly. I cannot pull for Brian Kelly and LSU. I've never liked LSU. Great place to play. I've been down there, and the fans are fantastic before the game.
Yeah, I got a buddy of mine that's
Before the
used to be a player relation guy for Alabama,
Mm-hmm.
and he said they would pull the charter buses in,
Oh, yeah.
and the fans are rocking the buses,
Yeah.
like LSU fans are rocking
Yeah.
the buses, and that's intense.
That's very intimidating. Yeah, they have to pull them around other places now. So before the game, LSU fans are fantastic, offering you food, all kinds of cool stuff. Sit down and talk with them. After the game, they're not so nice.
Wasn't there an issue down there one time?
There's been some fights and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Corn dog or something? No, I'm talking about the Waffle House guy. Wasn't there a Waffle House guy?
That did what?
An Alabama guy did an inappropriate thing.
Oh, that was at the national championship in New Orleans. That's on Bourbon Street.
Oh,
There's no rules on Bourbon Street. And yes, the LSU guy passed out, fell asleep, and the Alabama fan did something he shouldn't have done.
Well, dang-a-lang came out.
Yes, there was some
Can I say that?
inappropriate. You just did. Yeah, there was some inappropriate Alabama fans, and he kind of, the kid that said Alabama was number 1 in the Florida State game, he's like world famous now.
Oh,
He was in SEC shorts this past week. They brought him in for twice. Well, he did here and he did a double. He blurred it out. If you have not seen the latest SEC shorts, it's one of
those guys
ones.
are awesome.
It's one of their best ones this past week. So anyway, he's on that again. We got that. We got Temu, A&M versus Notre Dame. Can Notre Dame go 0-2? That would be fantastic. I will pull for Auburn over Notre Dame. You hear me?
You
Notre
will yell
Dame.
War Eagle.
I will never yell War Eagle. I will pull for Auburn over Notre Dame. I cannot stand Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I've never liked Notre Dame. So anyway,
the
love for
only
them to lose.
the only time I've liked Notre Dame, and I mentioned this guy the other day when I found out how bad Caldwell Marty cheats on
Oh, fantasy. He's all
fantasy.
he's
He's watching. So,
he probably is.
so anyways, when Rudy, movie
I pull for Rudy. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. It's one of the best, probably, college football movies of all time. Rudy, yes, but I still won't pull for Notre Dame. So anyway, we got that. We got Vandy at Carolina. I'm telling you, watch out for Carolina.
You think?
I think so. I think that they're going to play just enough to win. I don't think they're going to beat people 50-20. I think they're going to win some 2-pointers and 3-pointers. I think they're going to be a lucky team, not necessarily a good team. But like I've heard many times, I'd rather be lucky than good, because you can be good and lose. But if you're lucky, you win. So watch out for Carolina. We'll see what happens with Vandy when they play at Carolina. Again, a hostile place. Those folks are fired up. They've been talking all year about going to Atlanta to play in the SEC championship game. We'll have to see. Their schedule is good. They've got Alabama coming to town, so they got to play Alabama there. And I don't think they play Georgia. They've got their Clemson rivalry, but I don't think they play Georgia this year. There's so many teams in the SEC, you can't play everybody.
That's true. But with the new rule, I think, what is it? What did we talk about?
But next year, they're adding an SEC game. So you'll have 9 SEC games starting next year. We're fine. That's good. And I'm totally okay with that. So anyway, a lot of games. Mizzou at ULM. I think this is only a big game because we'll see how good Bama is, according to how good Missouri plays University of Louisiana Monroe, which Alabama had last week.
Right.
So, we'll see kind of how Alabama matches up. Because, again, Alabama, their cupcake SEC games are no cupcakes anymore. South Carolina, Vandy, Missouri, they're not bad teams. So Alabama better be very careful. You're not just going to show up and beat them like we have before.
Do we go as far as to ever say we're playing Alabama, it's a cupcake game?
No, we better not ever get to that. We better not, Kalen DeBoer, you better never let Alabama get to that. The intimidation factor is gone. I mean, there are former players that will tell you that when they realize they just finished a game and they're excited on Saturday night and they realize, oh, crap, tomorrow we got to start studying for Alabama. We got to pray for Alabama next week. And there was a factor that does play a mental portion of it. And Alabama just, again, because they practice certain disciplined way, good things tend to happen to them when they shouldn't have. A lot of breaks that fall their way. So anyway, a lot going on. A great week this week, much better than the week last week.
Yeah.
We got a pretty strong week coming up this week with some great ball games to be a part of that. So again, that kind of finishes up the top half of our third inning. Do we have our Major League Baseball report? We do have that. So we've got our first report coming in. This is the Serving You Major League Baseball report coming up by Eric McGuire. All right, if you're watching here, you're live. This is the raw deal, the uncut version. TikTok, I'm about to have to say goodbye to you to get Rob Pate on the phone. He's coming on in a second. You guys right here on Facebook and Instagram, stay close. You won't be able to hear Rob Pate very well, but we'll see what we can get you on.
My cousin, my uncle, Bubba, John, you're watching. Thank you. Trey, you might never hear me say that, but I will not say. I will not scream.
Where'd you find that? Was it here? I left it here. Thank you.
Um,
Hey, we got music playing.
Sorry.
all right, guys.
We should
You're in the behind the scenes. Don't forget, if you're in Trustful and you want a chance to win a gift card from Maple Avenue Coffee House.
Again, hold on. If you're here with me, you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, my Facebook page, maybe my Dixie Sports Facebook. I don't know if that's happening yet. So anyway, hold on. You're not getting to watch the videos. If you want to watch the videos, go over to YouTube. We are doing live. We got the videos posted in there. Again, this is the uncut. We call it the raw deal, where you're kind of behind the scenes. We get to see just us live. Alan right here taking our helmets off of a break while the videos are on the YouTube station. So hopefully we'll have this all figured out where we can go live on all of these, and you'll get the videos with the reports every week. So hold on. We got Rob Pate coming up here in just a second.
Did y'all see that video this week that posted of the thing that's happening in somebody threw one in the end zone? Some big old security guy had to go get it, and the caption was, "Old Green Dangalang got his first start in the college start." It was good. I love that. Hey, we better not mention anything. But we probably shouldn't mention anything about the NIL. I think.
Probably not.
Because that might get a little.
Yeah, I don't want to get him off yet.
Yeah,
we'll see.
And that might get hairy.
We may have to start with Adam. He's finishing up at his work right now, so we may get started with our top 5.
Hey, the report's not playing. That's YouTube right there.
I don't know why it's not showing. It's been like that all the whole time. It's showing on YouTube on here. I don't know why it's not showing here.
Really?
I don't know what y'all got hooked up.
This may be because we're logged in.
Yeah, because
I don't know.
here it is on YouTube right here.
Okay, awesome.
But it's playing. It's got, you see Eric?
Yep.
There you are, boy.
That's about a 30-second delay in the end. So we're going to 4th inning. We're going to.
Yeah, but he said, give me 5 minutes. So he had to finish something at his office. He's working today. So I told him to call me as soon as he
finish up eating his ice cream. Let's go. We got to go. Yeah, he and I played together for Ken DeLoach.
Oh yeah, Ken Loach.
Ken was he was the Gators coach for all those years. To where?
Middle school football.
Well, man, we'll be sure and let everybody know our one fan. No, one of our 2 fans. We got our hockey guy back there.
Yeah, our hockey guy's been here every week.
Every week, man. We got to give you something.
Next week's away game.
Give him a T-shirt.
Hey, bring us 2 or 3 more fans, too. Listeners.
It's your away game, so I don't have to get to the stadium.
We're about ready.
Are you working? Are you?
No,
Okay. I hear you. Appreciate you, man.
All right. We are back. Back for the 4th inning here. Again, it's the 4th inning, F3 Nation, 4th inning right here, F3 Men's Workout. Unlock your potential with a free peer-led men's-only workout group in your area. Go to f3nation.com to find a group of men near you. Fitness, fellowship, and faith. That is F3. I'm not going to give up on you. It may take years. It's like preaching the gospel, baby. I'm going to keep bringing it, and one day you will accept.
Y'all pass by in those weighted vests and huffing and puffing. I'm thankful. That's my, just full disclosure. That's my thankful time, my quiet time, my devotional time.
I got you.
And so when y'all are running by, I'm like, thank you, Jesus, that I'm on my front porch with this cup of coffee.
Yeah, I have a 40-pound rucksack, which is a lot. I mean, because we don't just walk. We do hills. We do some push-ups. We do air squats, all kinds of stuff sometimes with those things on there. So again, F3 men's workout all across the nation. If you're interested, especially here in the Trustful, we would love to have you come join us. Starts at 5:30 a.m. sharp every day. It's 5:30 somewhere. So we get started and we are done at 6:15 in the morning. You have time to get to work or wherever else you got to go. So F3nation.com. If you're out all around America, our millions of viewers across this great country, there's an F3 Nation somewhere near you. Find it. All right, so normally we're going to have Rob is a doctor, and apparently he's got a little bit going on. I said give him just a couple of minutes. So we're going to kind of move on into our fifth inning a little bit. We got our top five. Every week we're going to have a top five of something. It can be teams, it can be players, it can be people, it can be all kinds of stuff. So this week I chose the top 5 all-time NFL quarterbacks. Okay, not necessarily those that have won the most games or what. Top 5 to me, when I think quarterback, I think 5. So again, we got the top 5 NFL quarterbacks of all time. Rob Pate's going to call here any second. When he does, we're going to stop and go to his phone call. So I'm going to let you start what you have to your top 5 all-time NFL quarterbacks.
Number 1 is Tom Brady with 7 Super Bowl champions.
GOAT.
I mean, you got to have him in there. Jumping over to number 2 is Joe Montana. He's a 4-time Super Bowl winner.
Oh, yeah.
Coming in a third, Peyton Manning.
Mm-hmm.
I picked that because not only did I like him as a quarterback, I like him as an individual.
Yes, that's what a lot of mine are about.
Yeah, and then here we go. You guys, see you, man. There goes one of our fans.
Say, come back.
Appreciate it.
We got Rob calling in right now. Excuse us. We're going to come back with top 5. We got Rob Pate. Let's make sure we get him in here. Rob Pate, welcome to Dixie Sports Plus. What's going on? Auburn, Alabama.
That's God's country. That's right.
Well, good, and you have done that. I love seeing the pictures of your family as they're growing. Your grandparents now. Congratulations on that. That makes me feel really old, but it's fantastic. And again, just a beautiful family. And again, great to have you on, Rob. We've had some celebrities on the show from time to time. Rick Burgess, a few other guys, and I said, you know what, you got to call Rob Pate because Rob and I go way back. Again, at one time, I led Center Point Ballpark in touchdowns for a season. Touchdowns in a game, and then this kid, some Rob Pate, rolls into Center Point Ballpark and destroys every possible record that could ever be written of Center Point Ballpark, and then basically came on up into Irwin High School and did basically the same thing. So, Rob, I've got a little animosity, but I still love you.
I want to say, you know, Rob and I we were on the same team. I didn't play. I sat the bench. But Rob was that guy on the team that, man, when you were going in on tackling drills, man, you were counting him, and then you were counting where you were at in line to make sure you were not lined up against Rob Pate.
There you go, Rob. Legendary before your time. But anyway, it was great to see Rob grow up. And like I said, you know, his mother worked as the church assistant with my dad at Center Crest. So I got to see Rob and all his brothers grow up and turn into fine young men. And again, Rob, love to see you. When you got down to Auburn, it was hard for me to always pull for Auburn, but I could always pull for Rob Pate. And again, a fantastic career. Because I remember I was the 9th grade football coach when Rob was going into 9th grade at Irwin. And I was pumped. We were going to go undefeated because you know why? Because who did I have on my team? Rob Pate. Until about a week before the first ball game. And then Hal Riddle comes up and says, hey, I'm pulling Rob up to varsity. And you know, Rob, I will be honest with you. You know what I said? I said, Coach, I don't think he's ready. Coach, I don't think Rob's ready. He's not big enough. He's just in 9th grade. We're 5A football. Hal, you can't. Anyway, I was very wrong, Rob. You were definitely ready, and you were ready always through Irwin, and you were ready when you got to Auburn as a freshman, and just did a fantastic job. And again, I loved reading your book. I bought your book years ago that came out that Rob kind of chronicled his story, and you did a super job, Rob, with that. So again, you know, quickly, just tell us what you're up to now. Where you are, what you're doing. Are you doing anything other sports-wise or radio show? What else is going on in the Rob Haight world right now? Uh-huh. Awesome. Wow. Man. Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Fact, they've had it all night. So I'm grateful for her one. I'm grateful for Center Point Ballpark and just that entire community. It's a lot of good people that built into us and made us better versions of ourselves.
Well, that's awesome to hear. Again, to get to be a small part of, that's a great thing in going into coaching. You get to be just a small part of young men, and if you coach women's sports, young ladies, and help them develop into, fine young people and adults, and kind of carry on that next set of legacy. So again, Rob, you and Phillip and Dave enjoyed watching y'all grow up, and again, just doing a super job with what y'all are doing. So again, great to hear you're doing well, involved with Auburn. Down there, Auburn High School, and again with your boys playing. I cannot believe they're in 10th grade. I remember when they were born, and just the whole thing going with them as the twins, and they were so small and tiny, and now I see them, they're growing up, turning into fine young men. So again, fantastic for you and Dana. Again, and we'll finish up again. The whole point of this show is to go quickly and move on. Again, your thoughts on the 2025 Auburn Tiger football team. Tell us a little bit about what you think.
Well, I think that the first couple of games so far have really they're about where I expected them to be from a personnel standpoint. I think that they're further along on the defensive line and linebacking core. A lot of young players that they're having to put out there, but those guys are coming in and making plays. They're moving the line of scrimmage. The linebacking core has been much more active and athletic than I thought. So I thought that was going to be the weakest point of this team, and that's turned out to be a deeper room than I would have imagined. The secondary I thought would have been a little further along because we have two returning starting corners, and we've got some really, really great athletes at the safety position. They haven't been as good as I think they will be. But I kind of think there's going to be two freshmen to take over those positions as the season progresses. I just think they're too talented to sit them off the field. Offensively, I really enjoyed their ability to take what the defense has given them. What Coach Freeze has done in the quarterback room has been phenomenal this year. I think that when you've got two 5-star quarterbacks, and then you've got another senior that transferred, a smart player, a lot of playing time under his belt as a second or third option. It's the most important position group on the field, and they've done really good at solidifying that room. And then the offensive line has been phenomenal. So I'm excited with where they're at. The road's always tough at Auburn. The competition is always really good, and you're always going to have to go through Alabama and Georgia. But Auburn has the pieces to make some noise this year if the ball bounces their way.
Well, that's good. Again, you've got a little inside view on there. And again, a stacked receivers group. Definitely, if the offense can get gelling and get to understand each other, again, I think I think Auburn's going to be a good team, and that makes it scary. It makes it more fun, but it definitely makes it scary.
Go ahead and say it. You're becoming a closet Auburn fan.
I will never be a closet Auburn fan. I will pull for Rob and Philip Pate and Amari Kelly when he was down there. I coached him at Hewitt Trustful. So I'll have particular players at Auburn that I will always pull for, and Rob Pate will always be one of them. Buddy, thank you for being on our show. Again, Dixie Sports Plus. This is our 4th episode, and got to have you on, and hopefully we will have you on from time to time. You know, you've been Dr. Rob on the other sportscast. You've done a super job with them. So, again, we'd love to have you back on. And, again, buddy, thank you for being on the show for Dixie Sports Plus. Spread the word. And again, it's a different kind of show. We're kind of doing it a little bit differently. So, but thank you for being on the phone. God bless you, and keep raising your family the right way. I know you're doing that. Tell Dana I said hello, and we will talk to you soon.
Well, congrats on y'all's new show with Restream Studio. God bless you, and y'all take care. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Rob. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, Rob Pate.
Man, he still sounds the same as he did.
And he still is just like physique. I mean, he could probably still go play. He could probably still play. There's no doubt about that. Sorry, we had some audio issues with that. That's probably my fault. I'm the one that plugged the phone in. So if you missed a little bit of the first part of that, we had to put the phone up to the microphone. We'll try to get that ironed out because we got some big guests that are going to call in soon.
I guarantee if it had been an Alabama player.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It probably would have been. Had it been, Trent Richardson. We're going to get Trent on. He's in town. He's a coach at Ramsey. We're going to get Trent on. We're going to try to get some other guys in. I tried to get A.J. McCarron for $5,000. He'd be on the show.
Where's our next sponsor?
Yeah. If you want to help sponsor A.J. McCarron, it's $6,000. And you can get A.J. McCarron on.
We'll even let you ask a question.
Yes, I will let you ask a question to AJ. So anyway, so we're going to move on again. Moving into kind of the 5th inning. We started a little bit a second ago. Again, 5th inning is brought to you by Maple Avenue Coffee House. That is our giveaway today. We better have some people show up.
I'm telling you, because our hockey guy's going to be the
hockey guy's going to win it just by default. So anyway, our hockey fan. So anyway, let's go back here. The 5th inning, Maple Avenue Coffee House.
My last quarterback was the number 4 of 5, which was John Unitas. He played in the 50s, 70s.
Oh yeah.
And often called the original modern quarterback.
Exactly. We looked kind of under. I looked under several different ones to get a list of them. So yeah, definitely. So is that yours?
Well, number 5, my last one's going to be Brett Favre. 3 times MVP. Man, I love him. I love him as a quarterback. I know there's been some controversy that's come out about him, but overall, good quarterback, retired as the all-time leader in yards. And one thing there's one name that was not on my list that I'm sure. Sorry guys, I'm having a little difficulty. That was he is in my honorable mentions, but he should have retired a while back.
Who's that?
Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, Raj. Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers should have already retired.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's trying to still prove something, and he has nothing to prove. He was an incredible quarterback, and I just don't know that he'll ever be what he was.
Yeah. I got that.
Sorry, that's my fault.
So that's okay. Anyway, so I forgot this before we kind of move into the 5th inning. We've got to finish the 4th inning. The F3 men's workout. It's our Nick Fenton NHL report. Again, we got moved around with Rob. Going to call in a different time. Our hockey report. We got our hockey guy here. He's been in all 4 episodes. He's going to get a free T-shirt next week. If you show up next week, you get a free T-shirt. He's not even hockey. He's talking hockey over there. They got fired up. So we got Nick's coming in. All right, this is the 4th inning F3 Nation Nick Fenton NHL report. Bring it home, Nick.
Man, we are just go.
No, it's got to fly. Hey. Again, raw deal right here. Back on TikTok. Welcome back. Again, we had a little bit of audio issues. That's going to happen. Sometimes we're doing a live show. It happens. So when we stick around, and we'll see. We got our trivia question coming up. We got several things coming up. Our top 5, our bottom 5. Halfway through the show already. Moving on.
Hey, I'm still got to do the commercial for.
We'll come back 5th inning because we still got to do his. And Holden is not. Is Nick's working? So what do you think the deal with the phone was?
It was working on.
Yeah, I could hear it.
We can hear it through our thing.
Whatever this is, it's coming out of your laptop camera.
Oh, is that what that is?
This is Instagram.
That's your laptop camera right there.
Yeah, but it's Instagram and Facebook. That's who I'm streaming. I'm not doing YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm doing the
That's on YouTube.
Right, so the audio.
I don't
That's-
know what that is. Yeah.
You're watching YouTube, right? And it's showing the video of the reports, right? As she's playing.
Could you see Eric? I mean, that was our
Right now,
first
I see nothing except y'all.
Right.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
Are you?
Walk out and walk back.
Nope.
Yeah,
You're
it has
linked
a-
to
there's a
YouTube.
huge delay.
Look at that
so it's
left hand.
not-
You are broadcasting to YouTube. Hey,
All
something
right.
was off here. Okay.
Yeah, there's a big delay.
Yeah, it's like 45 to a minute and 15.
How? But Dixie Sports Plus can't go live yet on YouTube.